Good morning.
It's a good day to be in the house of the Lord. If you're not,
Amen.
it's just like every other day.
Yes.
You just need to keep praying. The Lord keep His presence here. It'll just keep on moving. So, appreciate everybody's here this morning and all the songs and the prayers that was been prayed so far. And we just, if you have your Bibles open, Acts chapter 16. And I'm starting at verse 22. Let me go back a little bit. 22 is where we're going to try to start. Okay, verse 22 of Acts chapter 16. It says, "And the multitude rose up together against them, and the magistrates rent off their clothes and commanded to beat them. And when they had laid many stripes upon them, they cast them into prison, charging the jailer to keep them safe." And it says, "Who having received such a charge, thrust them into the inner prison, and made their feet fast in the stocks. And at midnight Paul, Silas prayed and sang praises unto God, and the prisoners heard them." So let's just pray. Well, great Saint Father, Lord, we thank you so much for this day. We thank you for this opportunity to be here. We thank you for this time we have together to gather together and praise you and to lift you up and to give you glory through whatever means, prayer, music, musical notes, instruments, it doesn't matter. Just a joyful noise to you. Glorify you. And help us right now, to Heavenly Father, to continue this. You continue to meet with us. Give us the words that we need to have today, that we leave here better than when we came in, and we'll give you the praise and glory because it's not us, it's all you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I know some of you are thinking, well, you know where I'm going to go. I've been in the jail so long, past couple of weeks, doing what I do, and what I get to do. I have to talk about going to the jail, right? And there's some times that last week I wasn't able to be here because I was supposed to speak last week, but I was in the jail doing the messages there. It's one of the great things that the Lord allows us to do is go outside the church and to be the church outside here.
Amen.
This is just a building that I get to come and worship and learn about Him, for me to take it out there and share with the people who are lost. And sometimes we have to go to the prisons, we have to go to these places. Now we see here that we have to preach in places that we really don't want. Paul and Silas was put in prison for preaching the word, for casting out this lady who was a fortune teller. That's what they did back then. She followed them around and did all this stuff, and Paul just like, it's getting on my nerves a little bit now. And he commanded it to come out, and that hour it came out. Glory. We'd like to have that power today. Can we not leave with that power today?
Amen.
That's what went on. So what they said, you know what? There goes our livelihood. They took them before the people. The people said, you know what? Let's just put them in the prison. Let's put them in the jail, beat them and all this stuff. And that's what they did. They were in prison for preaching the gospel. I think one of the best quotes that I've ever heard in my life or the sayings was, if you were on trial for being a Christian, I know you had to hear this. If you're on trial for being a Christian, would they have enough evidence to convict you? I've heard that and I was like, man, I didn't think nothing about it until years later. And I'm like, man, would they even today have enough evidence to convict us? We walk around like we're saying we're Christians and we're supposed to be all these things. The church is not just this building, it's outside this building. That's where it's supposed to be. That's where the church is at. Don't get me wrong. We come together and worship and bring people together here who does not know Christ, and that's what we want to do. We want to share it here too. But yet, our lives as Christians is to go outside and draw them, to have them to come in. Because Christ said, we'll get ahead. Now, I got the 3 P's. I'm just going to have to calm down. Focus. You get one of those feelings you want to jump ahead? I'm right there. It's going to be all that I have to make this. All right. Glory. We see that they were put into prison. So the first piece is supposed to be, I don't know. going to put in prison, but I'm trying to make a P out of it, so I'll put in prison. 2 different words, okay? So I can have a P. So I know it's supposed to be in prison, but I didn't. I changed it, all right? So if you're writing notes, put prison. Separate. So we see they were put in prison for sharing the gospel. What we have to look at in our lives is, what are we doing? Again, these men were put into prison for doing what they were doing, what they were supposed to do. They were put in there for doing what they were called to do, what God needed them to do. And sometimes, folks, we just have to get irritated at the devil and tell him just to get away.
Yes.
And sometimes we don't do that because, you know what? We have the faith. Oh, when we're in church, we have so much faith in this building because we have other people with us. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
But when there's a big old multitude of the enemy out there, and there's only 1 or 2 of you, and there's 100 of them, and you're just like, I don't know if we can do this or not. We've all been there. Our faith is tested. But there's times in our life that, you know what? We have all have that opportunity to where we have to stand up to the devil and say, you know what? I am one of God's chosen people. And you need to leave me alone. You need to get away from my family. Sometimes we just have to stand up and say, you don't need to do that. You don't need to say that. And there was, I run into that a lot. People still are who they are. A lot of times in the jail, I don't deal with Christians in the jail. They are who they are. And sometimes I just have to stand up and say, look, devil, you're out of this chapel right now.
Amen.
I've got work to do, and you're not invited. You want to come on in and me change your life? Because what? I'm going to preach the gospel to you, just like I am to these men, and God's going to come into your life, and you're going to be changed too, right? He don't want none of that, does he? He knows who Jesus is. He knows Jesus can wipe him out. He doesn't want me in the jail. He doesn't want any of that message in the jail. He does not want God's message in the church. He does not want it in the world. That's why we will be put into prison. You know what? Think about this. We need to look at ourselves and say, you know what? What is holding me back? What is my prison right now? Because some of us, we're walking in prisons and we don't realize it. Or we do realize it, and you know what? We're not going to do anything about it. We're letting the devil control us to do whatever he wants to keep us where we are. And God said, Ray, I've got to have you outside this building. Do what you need to do. And so we have to look at ourselves. They were put in prison for preaching the gospel. What if that happens today? Are you going to stop? Okay, now we're going to change it again. Look at yourself. What is holding you back? Could it be sickness? Could it be work? Could it be anything? Whatever it is, whether you own a lot of stuff, it doesn't matter. It was just whatever can be holding you back.
That's right.
It can become a prison. But we have to get through when we realize what's going on. You know what? Sometimes the only way we can get through it is through God's help.
Yeah.
Matthew 5 and 11. It says, blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. For my sake. That's what he's saying. For my sake. Guys, it's going to happen. Things are going to come up. And you know what? We have to keep going. Your walls your house is on fire. Your life, and it's just crumbling away. You feel like it's just going away, and nothing is working, nothing is happening. And it's just like everything's going and just falling and crumbling. But we still have hope. What do? The jailer was in charge of them and had to put them in the innermost, inter prison. Then verse 25. It says, and at midnight Paul and Silas prayed and sang praises unto God, and prisoners heard them. But they were put in prison, in the inner prison. I don't know what that's like. But I don't know about the change. So what happens is they're put in there, and they did not sulk about why they were there. They prayed and sang praises.
Amen.
Are we doing that as a church today? As a body? Am I doing that myself? We got to ask ourselves the question, am I doing that? Am I praying and singing praises no matter I feel like everything else is crumbling? No matter whether my health is saying, you know what? People say, you know what? Your blood levels are not right. This is not right. You know what? You need this. You need this in life. And there's prisons we're building up in ourselves. Guys, we have to fight through that and say, no matter what the world says about me, no matter what men, whatever is going against me, I have to stand firm and say, God, I know you are for me. You're never going to leave me. I'm going to praise you no matter what.
Amen.
We have to get to that place in our life. And when we get there, you know what? I'm not going to sit here and say everything will be easy. We're going to question ourselves. We may question our faith. But you know what? When we pray and sing praises, things will happen. That's what happens sometimes. Paul and Silas prayed and sang praises, and guess what? At midnight, Paul and Silas prayed and sang praises unto God, and the prisoners heard them. Verse 26 says, suddenly there was a great earthquake, so that the foundations of the prisons were shaken, and immediately the doors were opened, and everyone's bands were loosed. Let me tell you something. When we start praying and praise God the way that we're supposed to as a church, the foundation of the church will shake, and we will all be loose, and we'll be free to worship God the way we want, and we'll go outside this wall, and we will share wherever.
Amen.
When we get to that place. But you know what? They wasn't not worried about any circumstance. They was not worried about whether they were shackled up or not. They just said, God, you're in control. I'm going to release what all I know is, and that is to give you praise and to give you glory. And we're going to sing all night, no matter how long. But he said, 12 o'clock, a new day. And things started to happen.
Yeah.
We have to look at ourselves like that. What am I doing? Am I praying and singing praises to God the way that I need to? Again, we're holding on to where we are. We're still thinking, oh Lord, thank you, I love you so much today. Lord, I'm trying to pray through this. You know what? We're still changing what we have. We're dragging along our sickness. We're dragging along our health. We're dragging along everything that we got going against us somehow. Right? Our family may be against us. It doesn't matter what is against us. It's who's for us. It's the one that we got to focus on. Because if he's for us, who can be against us enough to stop us? Not nobody. Glory. Well, y'all are helping me focus real good, aren't you? I'm going to calm down. We have to look today at this moment and say, what is holding me? Look and say, what is my prison? And then we pray and we sing praises till the foundation starts shaking. And then those prison bars will fall. The chains are going to come off. And you will be loosed. You will be free from that. We have to look at that in our lives. Yes, I know this is about the conversion of the jailer. But man, we got to focus on some things happening for that to happen. Because let me tell you, when we're focused upon God, the salvation and stuff is going to come. People's going to see our lives. And you know what? They're going to be in the midst of where we are and feel the shake. And say, what is going on with me? Yeah. They're not going to know, but we're going to know. Well, you know, the daddy's in the house. He's here to take care of his children. And he's going to do these things every single week and every single day of our life. We do not have to walk around miserable as a Christian.
Amen.
Yes, we may not feel good every day. Yes, we may have struggles. Ha ha, glory. But they are under his feet.
Yes.
Right.
They are under his feet. The things that we go through, God is bigger than anything here.
Amen.
There was a prayer request this week in the jail. I asked for prayer requests, and the gentleman said, I want to pray for one thing right now. Can we pray for those who are worse off than we are?
Yes.
Glory. We know that God's trying to move. But we have to focus no matter where we are in life, whether we're in jail, whether we're not in jail, whether we're on the mountaintop or we're down in the deepest valley that's ever been. And we need to say, you know what, Lord, you take care of those who are worse off than me. Because guess what? We may be down in the valley, but there may be somebody a little bit deeper than we are. But we're still focused on us. When we get our focus off of us, sometimes that's when God's going to be able to shake the foundation. Our focus has got to be on Him in our life.
Yes.
And then, when it's on Him, we're going to notice the people who are hurting worse than me. We have things in our life, folks, that are struggles, that are holding us back, that are keeping us from being loosed from what He wants us to do. They're holding us back. And today He's saying, look, I'm here every single day of your life. In the church on Sundays and Wednesdays, wherever. I'm here ready to shake your foundation.
Yes.
You just got to focus up on me. Let all distractions go. Let all distractions go. Just focus on me. We wake up the next day, we focus on Him. Everybody knows Psalms 100, right? Let's go this route. Psalms 100, 1 and 2 says, make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye lands. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before His presence with singing. What do we do when we come to church? What do we do when we leave the church building? We leave here because we've had the presence of God and we do good for a while, right? But by the time, man, next Sunday comes around, we're just dragging, aren't we? It just wears us out. But the thing that it's saying to do is we got to serve the Lord with gladness. Even when it's uncomfortable, even when you don't feel well, even when you're not ready to do it, you need to do it, right? Amen. Serve the Lord with gladness. Be happy with it. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter what's happening. The Bible says, and make that joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye land. Let me tell you something. When we go to jail and I have to lead the singing like I did up in the Avenue Regional Jail last week, I was the, what do you call it? The leader, singer. I knew it before I said it. So when I'm the music worship leader person, whatever, when I'm that, it's not pretty sounding. But guess what? God didn't say, Ray, make a beautiful noise, did it? Be joyful about it. It doesn't matter how bad you are. It'll just make the others want to sing louder to get you out of the way, right? That's what happens. That's like, the louder we sing, the more that it just drowns him out. Man, the more praises that he's going to get in the chapel, man, let me tell you. All 30 of them was singing that one. They're like, oh, he's terrible. Ah! Oh, they just letting it rip. What? You don't have to be good at praising God. You don't have to. You can just make a noise.
Yes.
But if you do it for Him, that's all that matters. Because when it gets to Him, He's saying, Ray, you're horrible. Oh, but it's sweet right now because it's from the heart. Get it? Glory. You know, we have to look at things the way that we need to look at things. You know what? I know I'm not a good singer. But I try. Right? Those guys ain't going anywhere. They're going to listen to me all day long if I keep singing. If I want to. So we have to do what we need to do. Make that joyful noise, right? Make that joyful noise, all ye lands. Serve the Lord with gladness, and come before His presence with singing. Notice the singing, He didn't say beautiful singing. Just singing. Right? Just sing, man. Yeah. It doesn't matter, again, what the world thinks, does it? It's what I know that He knows about me. Guys, and this is what happens sometimes when the foundation starts shaking in our lives and people start seeing things going on. Go back to Acts chapter 16 right quick. I lost my whole thing. Verses 27 through 34 says, and the keeper of the prison awakening out of his sleep. This is after the foundation shaking and everything. All the bands were loose. It says, waking out of his sleep and seeing the prison doors open, and drew his sword and would have killed himself, supposing that the prisoners had all fled. He thought everybody was already gone because all the chains were off, right? The doors were open. What are you going to do in that situation? First of all, man, I know here, they're going to be looking at everybody. Who was in there? Who's in there doing whatever? Did they have a key? Did they do this? But he was in charge of them, and he was going to get in trouble anyway. Here's what he killed. So he said, well, I might as well just do it myself instead of going through what they're going to put me through. Right? That's what we do sometimes. It's like, God, it's just something, you know what? I just can't take it anymore. I'm done. When we were in their prison sometimes, but what happened was he knew that they were in the innermost, and he knew that they didn't shut them up, right? And they're still doing what they do, and all the prisoners heard them, but then everything shook, all the bands loose, and his would kill himself because he thought everybody was gone. And then it said in verse 28, it says, but Paul cried with a loud voice, saying, do thyself no harm, for we are all here. He protected this man. And again, I used the P. I want to say save this man. But I wanted to have a P there, so I put protected. So put protected in parentheses, it means save. He said he's going to save this man's life twice. One from killing himself right now. Because he thought everybody was gone. He said, man, it's better for me to go ahead and end this right now and get it over with. But Paul said, no, it's okay. Everybody's here. What happens? When you're in the presence of God, the way that it shakes the foundation of your life, you're not going to want to leave. You thought about that? These men were still there. I know guys that would want to run at the instant that the chains are off. Lord. It's not when they're ready. You can see it. So what do? Oh, Lord, I need you to get a hold of them, is what I said. Lord, help me in this. But Paul said, look, don't hurt yourself. It's okay. Everybody's here. His life, Paul saved his life right there, right? Why? When you're focused upon God, you want to save their life, but then you want to save their life.
Amen.
You want their life to be saved, right? There's just another step that we've got to do. There's people who are hurting out in this world that we need to go help to save, right? Then we bring the Lord in. He saves their life. There's two salvations that we need. We need to protect people and then allow God to change the people.
Amen.
I can't change them. I can't save them. But I know the one who can.
Amen.
That's who I got to take them. That's who I got to take them to. Not to me. I'm going to let them down. I'm not going to be with them for 24 hours. His presence will never leave.
That's right.
He's always there. And I try to instill that in the people that I talk to. And it says this, that verse 29, it says, then he called for a light, and he sprang in and came trembling and fell down before Paul and Silas, and brought them out and said, sirs, what must I do to be saved? Ha ha! Glory. Again, that foundation was shaken, right?
Yes.
And the presence of God appeared, and guess what? Oh, my Lord. Oh, there's something about these two. What must I do to be saved? Glory. And they have the answer, right? Why? Because no matter where they were in gloom and doom, they were singing and praying and singing praises to God, and the foundation shook, and because God had a plan, right? There's a plan in every situation we have. God has an out where we don't see one. He's saying, look, Ray, just hold on. I will get you out of this situation. Just work with me, man. Just wait. And so what do I have to do? Lord, I need help. I'm struggling. Do I need to lead singing in jail tonight, right? I get the old songbook out. Man, guys don't like it. That's all right, man. No way. Wow. I need help, right? So I know if I pray and sing praises to God, I know that He's going to shake my foundations and the things are going to fall off. The chains will be loose, and I will be free to go and do what I need to. But then again, I don't know how long it's going to be. Why? Because no matter what I'm doing, I know that He is the one to do it. Why did that Philippian jailer there? He heard and he seen something from these men. It was something different he did not know. He knew that he needed it though, and that's what's going to happen with our lives when we totally get where God needs us to be. Let me tell you something. Am I trying to get there? Yes, I am. Am I close enough to the cross? Oh, no, I'm not. But I'm trying to get there every single day. Why? Because there's going to be people out there that I need to be ready for that's going to come running to me because they see my foundation is shaking and they're going, whoa, that dude's strange. But I like it. It's a strange life, right? It's one of those things, oh, man, what does this man have? So what they do, I have people ask me, what do you do? Again, laundromat, I get it all the time. I just tell them I'm Ray, they're just like, you got to be something more than just Ray. This is crazy. It's not. Because why? They just don't, sometimes they don't even know they're in prison, right? They know their situation sometimes, right? Some do, some don't. I'm bringing the presence of God in wherever I go. Glory. I know and I believe that if I get where I need to be, every single service, the foundations is going to be shaken.
Amen.
The chains are going to be loosed, and the people are going to be free.
Amen.
Glory. But we have to have it in our lives.
Amen.
We have to know. But these men had something. Let me tell you something. I would look at it strange at them too. Oh, glory to God. Let's go on down, verse 31. It says, and they said, believe on the Lord Jesus Christ, and thou shalt be saved. That's what they told him, right? In the house. Not just you, and the house, right? It says, and they spake unto him the word of the Lord. Again, not from them, just the word of the Lord. And to all that were in his house. It says, and he took them the same hour of the night, and washed their stripes, and he was baptized, he and all his straightway. When he had brought them into his house, he set meat before them, rejoiced believing in God with all his house. He put them in the innermost prison, didn't he? What's strange about it is what? He brought them out. What must I do to be saved? To share the word of the Lord. In all of his house, right? If we just do what we are supposed to do, outside this building sometimes, what, the church, we got to go out there, right? We go to church. Don't get me wrong, we got to be here. There's people coming in here, we got to do it here too. Why? We're just building up strength. But when our foundation starts shaking, people's going to come running to us. When we know that where we are and what we're supposed to do. Does that make any sense?
Yes.
And that God's going to end up sending people our way. And we're going to have to be ready for them. Some's going to come running. Some's going to say, you know what, and think about this, the ones who persecuted us because they were enemies, right? What did they do at that moment? When their lives are looking at the fall, this, that. And guess what? They're in their prison. What they do, they see God's presence in your life, and their foundation starts shaking. And guess what? They come running to you.
Amen.
What must I do to be saved? How can I get through this situation? Yeah, I know I went against you for a long time, whatever, but you know what? I know I made fun of you. But what? Is there anything I can do? They're going to come to you. God's going to draw them to himself, right? He said, just lift me up, I will draw all men unto me. He's going to draw us. He's going to draw the people to himself. But we have to lift him up through the struggles that we have in life, through the mountaintop, through the struggles, through the valleys, through the shallow waters, in the deep, no matter where we are, no matter what we're struggling with. You've got to lift them up, and they're going to come running. And guess what? Their life won't only be changed, but their whole family's life. The whole lives after that. Whoever we run into. I know that right now that every decision I make affects other people in this world. Everyone. Every decision that we make. About what we say, what we do, no matter what. It can affect other people. Every decision. So we have to make sure that we look at where we are. And say, God, we need to have God first, sing praises even in the valleys, and God's going to send people. The foundation shook, nobody went away. This jailer, life was changed because Paul and Silas, after he put them in the inner prison, Paul and Silas prayed, sing praises. And God said, I'll take care of it. And then the man that was there, he saved them from stabbing himself, killing himself. And then he came running to them. What must I do to be saved? He was saved in his house. Took them out, took care of them, fed them, and all that stuff. That's what can happen in our lives. We don't see the finished product, but God knows what the finished product can be. So we have to focus upon Him, no matter what the situation is. Again, this whole thing is about the jailer being converted. I've got the 5 C's on that. But today it's about Paul and Silas. Praying and singing praises. And let the foundation of our lives shake. And set us free. Brother,